All right, guys, welcome back here another day. So I left you yesterday. I was coming down the hill with a load of hay. I got the two wagons that I had baled in here, so now we got all four of them loaded again. I managed to get 4 loads of hay down with the loader that were still in the field last night until I ran out of time. So I was gonna work late, put the lights on, and keep bringing bales down through the night till I got them all picked up. But the weather forecast changed. It was supposed to rain today, and it still is, but they pushed it all the way off till 5, 6 o'clock tonight, so it's early here. So today the goal is to keep bringing, go back up with the loader. I said I could bring 10 bales. I wasn't accurate on that. I can only put 7 in here. If I put more than 7, if I go and throw the 8th one on, that falls off every time. So I was going to put my loader forks on, those forks that I have, just to get more on, but I think I'm going to have trouble dumping them off in the barn. The loader won't lift high enough with those long forks on to get them in the door. So I have a pile in the doorway right now, and we still have bales out in the field, but it was going a lot faster than I thought it would last night. So another day here. So I have a dilemma with my videos right now. My goal for today is to get the rest of this hay into the barn, and get it at least under roof before this rain. So that was going to be today's video, but also what I want to do today is set up the sprayer for top dress and nitrogen, because this week there's real good chance of rain the next couple days, and that's when I want to basically put the nitrogen on and then have it rain on it within a couple hours to put it in the ground, so it's not going up into the atmosphere, or I don't know, it just works out the best for me to do it that way. So and if I get the sprayer all set up and finished today, I was going to go do some top dressing. So I've been thinking about it here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot this video today of just picking up the bales and talking about some hay a little bit, some more thoughts that I might have. I'm going to make this video because if it starts raining earlier today, I may not get out to top dress, and I did want to make a video by itself of how I top dress the corn here. So if I do top dress today, it'll be tomorrow's video. So like I say, I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to be able to get that much done with the weather. So let's get this hay in the barn. Looks like Friday and Saturday of this week. I think today's Tuesday, might be Tuesday. Friday and Saturday, we only have a high of 79. So 79 at this point will feel amazing to unload hay. So I want to get all these wagons unloaded, and I still have 3, 4, 5. I still have 5 acres yet. I'm down to 5. I have 5 more acres of hay. Now 5 acres is not going to fit in these 4 wagons, so I'm probably the next good stretch of weather, I'm going to mow 3 acres, and hopefully that fits in the 4 wagons. And then the last 2 acres is really bad. Last year you saw me mow that field in September. It's the steepest, hardest, worst hill on the farm. I did not put any nitrogen on that field this year. I did put a dose of 2,4-D on last year just because it was getting weedy. It's not good hay. I did make it last year in September, and I actually sold some of them bales. Guys bought them for bedding, so that's kind of a low priority field just because of how steep it is. I absolutely hate working on it, but we still want to get it done. So anyway, let's get moving. Quit talking. Let's get the loader fired up and clean up this field before it rains today. Every trip that I can make and get the bales in the barn, that's a little bit more cash that isn't going to waste. Temperature wise today, it is cooler than it was yesterday. Temperature wise, it was it was around 100 yesterday. Today it's about 93, but it's way more humid today, so I don't really feel a difference. So all right, guys, I'll come back with you. All right, so like I said, I can only get 7 on. If I try to get any more, they're just going to be falling off. Reason for that is I'm up here, barn is down there. It just doesn't seem very far away, but it's all hills to get there. So I did get this whole end of the field pretty well cleaned up last night, so it goes a lot faster than I thought. So it's not very hard work either, just throw them in the bucket, try to drive to a spot where there's I have pushed a couple of them together with the loader, so we'll get to them. All right, let's take a couple minutes here and look at what we made here, what kind of hay this was, kind of the quality and the overall my opinions of it. You can see all the Timothy. So these are about average for the bales. Now the only complaint I have with this hay that I made was it was a little too dry, and that's just because you guys heard that already, the story on that. So it's a little dry yet, but too dry I think is a little bit safer than too wet maybe. You still have nice green. It's still pretty green. It didn't really get bleached terribly. The bale length, I don't know if I can show that on camera here. They're not real heavy just because of how dry it is. But I'm not selling by the ton either, so selling by the bale. So there's 1, 2, 3. I can see 7 slices in this bale, and has a fair, it's probably 48, 49 pounds. As far as getting too late in the year, I always check to see how rough is the cut side from the knives on the plunger, and it's a little bit rougher than the early stuff. You're gonna have that, it's gonna get tougher. The animals aren't as inclined to eat it. That's why second cutting always sells real fast, because it's not as tough for them, but it's not bad. So it's definitely worth my time here to get it picked up and get it put away. We're making progress. So there's air moving, so I'm gonna keep at it here, but just a little time out here. I don't want to screw around too long because there is weather coming, but you can see it's not bad hay. I wish I'm working on it. Behind the scenes here, I am working on getting a couple steers, maybe for the winter time. Now this is mostly for my own consumption. We always get a quarter of beef for the freezer, and last year I'm not in charge of getting the beef. So last year the guy that is in charge of getting the beef decided that he tried Jersey, and I gotta tell you, after eating Jersey, it's I don't know if you guys have tried it or if it's staple or whatever, but it's a very waxy, bright red. Even when you cook it, it just has a bright red waxy taste to it. I always said it was goat meat just because I always thought Jerseys were a lot smaller animal compared to a Holstein. So we're gonna see if we can get a couple Holstein steers, mostly for my own consumption. We split the quarter with different family members, so this isn't really a money-making project just yet. I want to get a few and see how it works out with the facilities here and with the feeding, the watering, all that kind of stuff. It'll kind of be a trial, a test run here to see how it's going to work if I would get more. So this fall, right around harvest, you're probably going to see some videos of me getting the pens ready and that kind of stuff. But yeah, we want to get a couple and see how it works out, just for my own consumption and for family members. And I have enough hay to feed them. I have no way to store corn, but that's not a problem. I'm hoping, I do have a neighbor that has steers, and he grinds once a week to feed his steers, and I'm hoping I can get just buy it from him, maybe stored in like a plywood bin. I don't know, we have to see. This is the trouble with I can't just dive into this buying 40-50 feeders. We're gonna try it on a small scale just for our own consumption. So all right, I gotta keep moving. It's gonna rain this afternoon. All right, this is trip number 7. The heat really starting to get hot. So 2 complaints with this tractor. One of them is my lack of my lack of doing. I didn't get the canopy on yet, and I really wish it was on a day like today. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I just ran into hay season too fast here. Didn't get enough time to get it on. So it's gonna take some fabricating, some grinding, some cutting, some welding. So it's gonna be a all said and done, it'll be a half-day project. The other thing is you can only get on from the left on this tractor, as this side has all the loader controls. So I know a lot of tractors you can only, like the Magnums and stuff, only had one door. But I have to tell you, I did get spoiled on the dairy farm when both cab tractors had doors on both sides of the cab, which was nice if you were at the blower, blowing silage or haylage, that you could get in from either side. I do like that option. I know the 86 series had it, then the Magnum, they went away from it. I understand you just can't, with the power shift console and everything on that side of the tractor, you can't have it. The new Magnums, it's the same way, the bigger ones. So Maxim series is still nice, but then again, they're the more the utility series. They're the usually the tractor you're going to have on the blower or hauling wagons usually. So I don't know. Oh, all right, so what else do you want to talk about? This is where a 3-point hitch carryall would come in handy, and I just kind of thought of that. And they're cheap. I think if you go to Tractor Supply and just get the basic 3-point hitch frame, I think it's like 120 bucks. Well, that's affordable, should be. And then you put your own lumber on it. They should have lumber. I bet you could get more on than doing it this way. I'll have to think about that. I don't know if it'll be worthwhile or not. Depends on how much hay I want to keep making. All right, a couple things I just thought of here. You may ask why I don't use my pickup truck. With a 6.5 foot box and a toolbox taking up a quarter of it, and I don't think I'd get many more on. And this hill going up and down is a little hard on the pickup, the 4-wheel drive. I can come up here, but I usually spin the whole way up, so there's no point. When I bought that pickup, some guys, and I'm going to do an overview on that Dodge pickup. I know I've been saying I've been going to do it. I've been waiting for a slower day. I have some guys that were interested to see the overview, so I will do it. But when I bought the pickup, I had some guys give me a hard time. All right, sorry I got cut off there. Boise, Idaho called me. Well, I don't know anybody in the state of Idaho. I don't answer my phone unless I know who's calling. Anyway, I got cut off, where was I? My pickup truck, 6.5 foot box. Some guys gave me a hard time, said I wouldn't be able to haul anything with a short bed pickup truck. Well, that was fine, but I had a gooseneck trailer that was 25 feet long, so that was the bed of the truck. I said there's no reason to have an 8-foot box when I have the 25-foot bed with the gooseneck. Yeah, but now I sold the gooseneck, so back to the 6.5. It's like 4 feet total. So whatever. What was the other thing? There's something else I was going to talk about. That phone call screwed up my train of thought now. It'll come back to me. All right, I remember what I was going to. There was a snake under one of the bales, black snake. That thing took off away from me. I don't think I could run faster than that thing went out through there. I did have somebody ask me about what kind of snakes we have here in the mountains, and I will do a video of that. I want to get some of them on camera maybe. I haven't seen too many yet this year, but with this heat wave, I'm sure they're out. It's not to glorify snakes in any shape or form, because I do not like them. The dairy farmer I used to work for had a saying that the only good snake was a dead snake, and I agree with him. A lot of farmers like black snakes because they pretty aggressively attack mice, and I understand it if you have feed or if you have a farm where there's a lot of grain laying around, but here there's no real feed or grain, and in the barn I haven't seen any of them in the hay. They prefer straw just because there's more grain to eat. The hay, they might burrow in it, but I haven't had a problem yet. I put it this way, there's about 20 farm cats here. They're well fed, they're well taken care of, they get dewormed, they get water and food every day. Some of them are pretty tame, they're friendly. They've been here since the 50s, it's the same herd. So they do catch mice, moles, that kind of stuff. Anyway, I'd prefer a farm cat over black snake any day, just because of how I've seen some of these black snakes, how fast and sometimes aggressive they can be. So I don't know, I'll do a video sometime. We do have some poisonous ones here, so I'll see if I can't cover that. All right guys, well this was not a very efficient use of my time today, bringing all these bales down 7 at a time. There's like 150, so it was a lot of trips and a lot of wasting time here, but at least it's in the barn. I have 4 left that I couldn't get on. I'm going to get the last 4 and we're done. I'm going to shut the barn doors, then it can rain. You can see what the clouds look like. So I don't know if it'll rain or not, but either way, was it worth all the time? I don't know. But we do have this hay that's not too bad a quality under roof. So on to the next thing, on to the next day. See you guys later. Thanks for watching.